I've come to learn that getting your life and legacy information in order is more of a process than a single event, and it's something that is dynamic and it's changing and taking little steps at a time. And I've been amazed about how many people have said, "Well, gosh, Brad, I need to get my will done." It's like, yeah, you sure do. You're 50 and you've got kids and you've got some assets. You might want to start thinking about putting your legacy documents in order but I said, why haven't you? I've always asked the questions like, why haven't you done these things? And I've been getting different answers, and those things include, well, gosh, I don't know an attorney to get that done, or I just haven't made the time to do it. Some people say, well, it's really expensive. I've heard, they haven't even investigated it. These are all, can be true and factual, but it's interesting that it's an evolution of importance, and it's when something happens, then I've also heard it's like, gosh, I wish I would have had that, or I wish my dad would have had his affairs in order, or my mom have her affairs in order. And I was recently at a party, and I was talking to this gal who was visiting from out of state, and she was in her early 70s. And I asked her about how long are you visiting, your friends here in Colorado? And she said, well, I was supposed to stay for a week, but I've got to cut my trip short because one of her best friends back home, her husband had passed away, and she has to go back for the services, obviously. But that got her thinking, and she shared with me, and we started talking about, the legacy documents. And I said, "Do you and your husband, have your affairs in order?" She goes, "Well, kind of." And I said, "Well, what do you mean, kind of?" She goes, "Well, we have our will, and we have our durable will for our medical directives, and we have a POA, in place." I said, "Well, that's great." She goes, "But we need to put a trust." I said, well, why do you want to trust? And I know the benefits of that, obviously, but they have substantial holdings in real estate. And so we started talking about that process. And that's what I mean, that getting your legacy affairs are a process. It's not a single event. And doing a little bit every day or a document every day is great. Of course, we always advise you to seek professional advice, legal advice to get this done. Work with a professional. If you don't have access to an estate attorney and a professional in this area, there are links that we provide via on our website to Rocket Lawyer, which is an online legal service that you can use their services. They offer, through the link on our website, you can get a 7-day free trial to go out there and start to move that needle in your own process of getting your legacy documents in order. So use the link found on the resources to get to Rocket Lawyer if you don't have an attorney to help you with your legacy documents.